Good morning, students. Get ready. Start. The amendments adopted by the Uttar Pradesh Assembly to make its regressive anti-conversion law more stringent seems to have ease of its misuse as its principal aim. The original law, enacted in 2021, led to the registration of over 400 cases by 2023. The amendments seek to increase the jail terms prescribed under the Uttar Pradesh Prohibition of Unlawful Conversion of Religion Act 2021. If minors, women, or certain communities were the target of conversion through use of force, threat, or coercion, it could entail imprisonment up to 20 years and even for life. It also prescribes a stiff sentence and fine for receiving funds from foreign organizations for the purpose of unlawful conversion. A concerning feature is the introduction of stringent requirements for grant of bail that enhance the purported gravity of the offense. The amended law states that a person accused under the Act cannot be granted bail unless the public prosecutor has been given an opportunity to oppose it, and that there should be reason to believe that the accused is not guilty of the offense and is unlikely to repeat it while out on bail. The section is similar to the bail denying provisions in the NDPS Act and the PMLA. Para change. Another new feature by which anyone can file a complaint against supposedly forcible or fraudulent conversions is reprehensible as it gives communal organizations and sundry busybodies to get those opting for or supporting an interfaith marriage arrested. Earlier, only an aggrieved person, that is, the victim, or a close family member, could file a complaint against unlawful conversion. The move to amend the provision is likely motivated by the fact that bail has been granted to many arrested under this act because the complainants were not aggrieved parties in those cases. The idea of giving more teeth to the law is rooted in the claim that the cases of forced conversions are on the rise in the state, but whether such a spike is a fact or a result of the widespread misuse of the Act against those opting for interfaith marriages is something to be studied. The validity of the law has always been in doubt inasmuch as it tries to criminalize interfaith marriages by treating conversion by marriage as one of the means of unlawful conversion by declaring marriages for the purpose of conversion as null and void and mandating prior intimation to the authorities for those intending to change their religion. The amendments worsen the multiple violation of fundamental rights and betray a medieval mindedness unbecoming of a democratic government functioning under a forward looking constitution. Thank you, students. Over.